Good evening, everybody, or good morning if you're on the dark side of the world. Man, what a couple of days it has been. Thank you all for being here. My son says hi. Oh, my son's. Oh, where are you at? Oh, is that who is Minnie Owl? Is that my boys? My two of my boys, my oldest two boys, are with a couple friends in the Landia of the Disney. I hate that place, but I'm glad they're there, and I hope you guys have fun and be safe. Oh my gosh. Well, yes, late night, Raspy. You are right. Marshmallow Man is top man tonight. Thank you for being here. I am just happy that there's anybody here at all. Man, oh man, oh man. We talking about the Dig-Octa? No, but you know what, Christopher? That probably should be something we do add to the list tonight. What we're going to talk about, actually. Oh, here's my got the wrong screen up. I was in the middle of doing two things at once. What we're going to talk about tonight is this guy, actually. The SP, oh, where'd it go? The SP602E. So, background. When I first put LED lights on my house, it was 2007. And I don't know that, I mean, there's probably some things like this that existed. They're probably there. They're pretty rudimentary. I think it was something called the Magic, something Magic. And it was like the SP108 or something. So this is now, so far as I can tell, at least, it evolves, and this has now multiple data channels, and it's got some trigger channels we're going to play with. Do I think this is going to be the best LED controller? No way. But you can't always get the best LED controller, which is the DigQuad or Uno or some wLED running thing. This might be able to run wLED, but I want to have an alternative to tell people about when either they can't get a quad, and I don't want that to hold up somebody's project, because this would be, if nothing else, interchangeable. So if you got this, you could just plug it in and go, and at least you could know that your lights are working. There's still going to be advantages to going with like the quad, but once you can get a quad, you can swap this out and maybe use this for something else. And then also, and I think I mentioned this the other day when I was talking about doing this as a topic, there are some folks that wLED is just still too daunting of a task. It's still too difficult. There's just too many settings, too many things to change. It gets confusing if they don't have some of the background. So for those folks, I want to have an alternative, and I want to have something that I can tell them, well, you can try this. This will probably do you good enough. So I'm hoping that this will be something that we can do that with. I also want to just do a side-by-side. I'm going to pop it open. We'll do a side-by-side comparison with the quad. We'll see how this thing performs, how its app works, and how it handles different LEDs and stuff, and we'll see. All right, we'll go from there. Questions, preguntas, chistes, chismes? Still got the Walmart tree going. Yeah, they're still going. It's actually, so because I just hooked it up to my network, it is just by default synced with my main lights that are on the house. And so, of course, everybody who has been watching me do this for a while knows that color winkles, and it's misspelled, by the way, in wLED. And it says color twinkles in there, but that's not right. It's actually color winkles. That's my favorite, especially for Christmas time. So that's what's on the house automatically at night. And now it's right here behind me on that big old tree. Hope it's better than the 108. That thing isn't great. I'm Kingfish. I am not expecting this thing to be great, but I want to find out. So we'll give it a go. We'll see what it does. Yeah. Shall we just get to it? Anything else? I think that's it. PCB Way, thanks for sponsoring the video as always. I just finally put a thumbnail on this little video. So that'll be good. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I want to do. If we get to it, which we probably won't, but if we get to it, I do have a couple of new stream videos that I was able to work on today while I was at work, because sometimes I have time. So that's what I did. I couldn't come home, but I could work on things. Okay, we are going to need the camera. And there it is. Let's make some adjustments so that the camera is at its maximum beautifulness. You're going to be like, why don't you have the good camera? This is what we got tonight. Ah! Oh, why sometimes, oh, and I did fix, by the way, I did fix the microphone from the other night. So next time we do need to do that, it'll work better. It'll be awesome. It'll sound really good. I played around with that a little bit. All right, I like turning off the white balance. Do we, exposure's probably fine. Autofocus though. I don't think autofocus is doing us any favors right now. So let's, there we go. That's pretty good. All right, great, done. So here it is, SP602E. This one I think was sold by BTF Lighting. I don't know who really makes this thing though. Maybe it's BTF Lighting, but I kind of doubt it. Comes with a little screwdriver. We've got voltage and ground on the output, which is already a red flag because it's saying pixel number 600 times 4. So they're saying you can put 600 pixels on each of these. There's no way in the world that you can run 2400 pixels off of a single wire that you can put into this VCC right here. We should try that though. Oh, maybe we can add this to the list of things we'll melt on the last stream of Christmas. We'll see what happens if we really do try and run 600 pixels on each of these outputs and just do it with one voltage line with, with one positive and one ground, because that's what they're telling you here that you can do. Ain't gonna happen. Tell you right now, ain't gonna happen. So there's a bonus for the quad already, is that the quad has multiple extra power connections, which when you're running this many is pretty important. You could do it directly off your power supply. That would be fine. That would be better than just running a single 18 gauge voltage wire and an 18 gauge ground wire. This is interesting, these triggers. I wonder what they expect us to do with those. Maybe actually we'll read the instructions. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I? Do it for the smoke show. You know it, Joel. You know it. Any idea when the Dig Uno and Quad will be available? Robert says. I don't know. I think I will have some Dig to go available soon, but I think the next batch of Quads and Unos will be sometime after the first of the year. I don't think I will have any. You can check the international store. They may have some. But as far as my secret or my stash, my stock here, I don't think I will get any. I don't think I will get a big shipment. I will get one more shipment. We're trying to get one more shipment out before the end of the year from the factory to me, but it won't be right away. Oh, it's got a microphone, which I think I just punctured. Huh, interesting. Okay, so here's what it looks like on the inside. All right. Well, see, now there are extra, look at that. There are extra voltage and ground, connections here, but they just didn't break them out onto the top of the board anywhere to see them. That's too bad. But there they are. So microphone over here, and then left, right, B. What the bleep is that? That's the triggers. That's the trigger side, right? I wonder if this board is used for other things. So there are labels here on the outputs. So there is, at least there is, hopefully that means there's what do you call it, level shifters on the output side, because I see some components here. I can't make out exactly what it is. Looks like little diodes and then little resistors, but I'm not 100% sure what these little guys are. So there's output stuff. It uses D4, 5, 7, and 8. And I want to see what chip is this. I'm sure it's, by the look of how many pins there are, it's probably an ESP32. But maybe it's not. I can't see it well enough. I have to. I'll use my phone. What's up, sir? Good enough. How's it going? Accessories for mounting your Dig controllers and power supplies. Oh, yes, that's right. Turtle plates. Nice. Got a half a dozen Dig to go today. Oh, awesome. Richard, I wish I'd have known that was you that you ordered some. Thank you very much, Kevin Browder, for subscribing. Appreciate it very much. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this, and then I'm going to zoom in on it so maybe we can see what it is. Or should I use that? There's like a, oh gosh, how do you get that, guys? Do you know? There's a way to like make your phone like look at things closer up. I don't remember what it is. It's like an accessibility feature or something. All right, we'll just take a picture and we'll zoom in. No, I can't see what chip that is. Somebody can look it up for me, right? You guys look up what chip it is. We're going to start connecting this thing. I'm going to need some pixels. One second. Oh, got them from the international store. Oh, okay, great. We did, yes, Monty, we did find our Permatrack. Oh my gosh, yes. In fact, it got after I got on and said we don't know where it is. They're telling us they lost it or whatever. We got it the next day, and interesting story for anybody who cares to hear it. Which is, you guys are all sort of captive audience at this point, so you get to hear it. Apparently, the person who was initially supposed to deliver it, after putting it on the truck and driving to where we are, realized that he didn't have a lift gate. So the lift, yes, John, we have Permatrack now. We have it. So he didn't have a lift gate, which means he wasn't going to be able to unload it because it was like 5 pallets or something, right? And so you have to have a forklift or something. We don't have a forklift, so the guy, this truck driver guy, rather than like do the right thing, which would have probably been, call headquarters or something and either get somebody out with a forklift or schedule a day to come back or any variety of correct things that he could have done, he instead made the claim to to his boss, I guess his trucking company folks, that he had tried to deliver it and we wouldn't answer the phone. So he just turned around and went back. And then he went back. Oh no, he went back and then unloaded it in the factory there, whatever, in the warehouse, and didn't tell anybody. Just unloaded it and left it in the warehouse. And so nobody knew where it was. Nobody knew how to find it. Then he started telling people he had delivered it. I guess at some point they had marked it as delivered. Maybe because they thought they couldn't find it, so it must have been delivered, but it wasn't. So anyways, there's still fallout to be had, but and then when we got it, it had tipped over because it had been shuffled around so many times, and what had been stacked on 5 pallets was spread out over 9 pallets and was like tipping on its side. And we got about 100. We had like 400 boxes total, and like 100 of them were just not crushed completely, but like smashed to a good degree. So yeah, it's been a doozy, but we got it now. If you want it, get it now. There's still a little bit of time, especially if you live in a warm place. You can probably get some lights up, at least for Christmas Eve or something awesome like that, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We'll start with one string, okay? We'll start with one string, and then we're gonna keep on expanding this thing out to other strings. I guess I'll hook this up. Oh, it's got a microphone jack. What is this thing? It's got a microphone jack, but it doesn't have a hole in the case for a microphone. For for this to go through, right? Like an aux in or something. We'll have to try that with an aux in. I don't know what that thing's going to do, but it doesn't have anything on the outputs here that says, here's where you plug in your output. Oh, that's kind of weird. All right, we're going to put this back together for for a minute. Or should we? Bag it. We're not going to bother. This is the output side. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to connect this thing up. Of course, me and my tired state, I'm going to probably make a few mistakes here. We might end up melting this thing before we plan to. I do kind of like these terminals. I'll give it that. I do like these terminals because these are the kind that they squeeze the wire up. They're better than the ones that just kind of flatten it out. So I do like these. Those are good and secure. Gooder and securer. Okay, so we're going ground. I hesitate a little bit to put wLED on this. I maybe we should just to see if you can, but I kind of want to. I mean, I'm not going to do it right away for sure because I definitely want to see what the app can do. I want to see what the effects look like. I want to see how the sound reaction works, and etc. Okay, so there's that. We can hook this up to a strip of les pixels. Of course, I'm going to do the naughty thing and leave them wrapped in a string here. I know that's the naughty thing. Don't do that usually, but I'm going to do it tonight. I won't turn it on too hot and melt them. And then we're going to have to do something with the input side. Let's see, we got some. At least this is like 18 gauge wire here. It's not the biggest, but it's not the worst. Don't tin the wires for that kind of terminal. Ferrules won't work great on those either. Oh, that's good to know, Sir Goodenough. That is good to know. Yay, finally a time when using ferrules is not the right thing to do, because I usually do that all the time anyways. Oh, except here I grabbed this wire and it's got ferrules on it. Summon a monkey. I got other wire. I got mucho. I got wire coming out my ears. There's a nice big one. That's a good one. That's still just a jumper. I want something a little bit bigger than just a jumper. I'm not trying to melt something here. Not yet. Anyways, we'll melt it. We'll melt it in a couple days. Okay, there we go. At least we got a white. We got a white and we got a red, so that'll work. Okay. So ground is over here. So how's everybody else doing? You guys having a good winter so far? Ours has been super snowy. In fact, today was the first time we've seen the sun, and it just came out. The sun kind of barely came out right before it went down. Like when I say the sun came out, I mean like the clouds kind of shifted a little bit, and we got less clouds, enough to get just a tiny bit of sun before it got dark. Now this is only going to be, well, it's actually, no, this says it's 5 volts to 24 volts, but I'm still going to expect that the output side of this is going to be whatever your input voltage is. Ooh, what'd I do? Bump the thing. So whatever your input voltage here is probably what's going to come out. So if you don't have 24 volt LEDs over here, don't put 24 volts in this side. Okay. All right, so I got my power supply set to 5 volts. That up there. This here. Just put this in here so we don't spark these guys together. Okay, ready to turn it on, I think. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Oh, right off the bat, they're doing some kind of flashing to the sound. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's not so bad. That's a pretty good default to start with. Let's play with the remote control a little bit here. Whoop. Pipeline from Atlanta to the west. I hear about this. You know, you say that kind of jokingly, but people talk about that. Maybe we should build a canal from the Mississippi River. What the heck? All right, so I pushed this one. Ooh, now it does. Kind of looks like color winkles to me, maybe just a little bit. You know, I like that. So let's see, that's button number 1. But number 2, not doing much. At least nothing different, really. But number 3 is kind of doing a few little things. I guess I'll give that out here where you can see it. So there's number 2 doesn't seem to do anything. Number 1 is this. Number 2 doesn't change. Number 3 is this. I go back to number 2 and it's still not changing. So number 2 doesn't seem to do anything. Ooh. So this is number 4. Does seem to have some response to sound. I wonder if it's just volume. Can't tell if it's frequency or volume. It kind of looks like frequency. Kind of looks like it's responding to frequency, not just volume. And this looks like some sort of siren or some sort of police looking thing. Okay, but not sound reactive, it doesn't look like. And then this must be a color thing. So I wonder if I do A. Oh no, I messed that up. Okay, so that was number 8. So there's 7. 5 and 8 look about the same, and 9 looks like this. Okay, there is at least a brightness adjuster on this, so that's good. We can turn down the brightness some, or turn up the brightness some. Doesn't seem to make too much difference, but a little bit. And then there's a couple of buttons here, like to slow it down or speed it up. So there's a slow it down, there's a speed it up. This is straight out of the box. Yep, not wLED. Yep. Oh, and there's a lock button on there. I wonder what that does. Okay, so then A, that's, oh, and because I made it nice and slow, but I can speed it up. That's totally color winkles, guys. That's totally color winkles. Not that that's like some sort of proprietary thing. Oh, what's going on with A? So this A button's not doing anything now. Whoa, oh, maybe, whoa, oh, geez. Okay, I freaked it out a little bit, I think. Freaked it out. So you got to find something in the middle. I don't, is there an app? I bet there's an app. I think A must be cycling through. That's all it's doing. A is just cycling through all the different things. All right, well, let's try, let's see what it says about the app here. I bet you if I QR code this app. The Mississippi is almost dry? Oh, we're screwed. Well, if it helps at all, we got a buttload of snow here in the last couple days. LEDhue.com. Okay, LEDhue.com. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's going to the App Store. Bandlan X. That's what they want me to design for a series of LEDs. It's a 2.7 stars. I'm going to download it. We're going to check it out. We got to give this thing the real treatment here. My guess is it would probably be okay with different iPhone apps as well. That tends to be the case sometimes, right, guys? Something like Tuya. Oh, A for auto change. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not what I would call it. Would like to use Bluetooth. Okay, so it's a Bluetooth. Connect to my local network. Oh boy. Sure. All right, so then I'm going to add a device here. Add a device. Oh, and it found it. So with something like this, you could also probably do it from, so that turned it on, turned it off. Okay, scenes. Scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are kind of presets. I don't see a way to change those. So you might be stuck with just those. We'll see if there's another way to change. Triggers, that's interesting. Triggers. Dynamic effect. Back car brake right. What the heck? Oh, maybe this is designed to be put in your car. There's no, oh yeah, there's a left, right. So it's turn signals or brake or backing up. Oh, interesting. So if I do this, that doesn't do nothing. Maybe if I go to scenes, which, I wonder, there's probably one of these scenes that's supposed to be like your car. You put it in your car, and then if you turn on the turn signal, it's going to flash on a certain side, right, left, turn signal, brakes, or backing up your car. That's interesting. It's an interesting idea. Groups. That's, I guess, if you have multiple things, then it's the group. Okay. Rename device, save effects to scene. Let's go back here to the channels and see. It says save effects to scene, but I don't see a way to change any effects. Okay, so you can override the scene, but how do I rename the channel? Oh, there it goes. Okay, here we are. This is the page that has all the effects. Okay, and you can, oh, so there's a lot of effects here. Looks like there's 40 effects. So there's party. This one definitely has a sound reaction to it. Let's see, party, and then we'll go down. There's heartbeat, boom, 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 boom. But that still is sound reactive. 38 says Christmas, which looks the same, but just uses red and green colors. Love and peace. Oh, I think a lot of these are the same. They're just using the different colors. Ripple does not seem to be sound reactive. Maybe it is. Hard to tell. Pulse. Okay. Energy. Beat ejection. Full color beat ejection. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I guess you can change. Oh, look at that. So you can change the color palette. There's regular colors or there's DIY colors. Okay, that's going to be, I'm going to hurt this thing though. I got it a little bit too bright probably to, let's go into here. So you kind of, so you just tap it and then you go into here. Okay. Oh, that's more white. Oh, there's the dimmer. Okay, so you can dim it there. So you could do a lot of stuff and you can apply it to a specific channel. Okay. I could see this being more user-friendly for people who struggle with wLED or who don't like wLED. So that's a good thing to know. Okay. So we'll set it on something that's sort of normal. I don't know what that would be. Full color comet wiping. Breathe. Maybe we'll set it to breathe and then we'll just set it to a nice easy color. Okay. But that's that one channel. Now you can set the other channels to something else. Okay, so each different channel can be set to something else. One other thing I want to test is how far can you put, like I got a short little wire here, right? I want to see how many wire or how far the data can go on this, right? Same company makes trim lights, app, and controller. Really? Oh, interesting. Oh, hey, Jed, how you doing? So it's the same. So does the trim lights, app, and controller look like that? They really need to change the name. Bandland Axe. D1 Mini Flash wLED and call it a day. Yeah. How's it going, Keaton? How you doing, man? It is very different. Okay, but the same people make it, huh? Sends data to China. Yeah, definitely sending data to China. Hey, how's it going? Going to be absolutely amazed if you manage to put wLED on that. Yeah. Well, we'll give it a go. I think it's listed on the compatible. I think it's listed on the compatible list, but I don't want to get there yet. I want to connect more lights to it first, which is somewhat dangerous. But let's at least try, right? We're at least gonna try. Okay. Turn that off. You know what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna put a bunch of these. I got four of these things of lights. So I'm going to put them on. I'm going to put them all on there. There's only 100 on each of these, I think. Or let's see. No, there's more than that. I think these are 5 meters and they're 30 LEDs per meter. So this is going to be 150 per. Yeah, 5 meters. Yep. 5 meters, 150 per. So it says you can do 600 per, which is crazy, but yeah, that's what we're going to try. Flames. Flames, Rambozo says. Yeah, probably. Okay. So because I only have these 2 output terminals, I'm going to have to twist all my outputs together. Oh, I guess I could do, I could use something like the Wegos. I got some Wegos. Lego my Wego. Somewhere around here. used to keep some right there handy. I think I might have used them somewhere and not put them back. Yeah, this would be a good time for a Wago, so we'll find some. I got some, what do you call them? Wire nuts. Not exactly what I'm looking for. All right, let me grab a Wago or two. Going to run all the current through that board. I mean, I think that's what they want you to do. What is the current rating for Wagos? It's not really low. It's decent. Get ready for New Year's Eve again. Oh, what's that? I guess I could look and see if it's got any instructions in English and see if it says what not to do. All right, it says supports both app and RF remote control. Is it an RF remote control? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Support output of 4 different lighting effects suitable for a variety of occasions to meet different needs of the customers. Supports common single wire LED driver ICs in the market. Built-in music and non-music effects, multi-parameter adjustable. Built-in grouping control function, support any combination control of the 4 channels. Built-in trigger function, support for customizing of trigger effect parameters. 5 volts to 24 volt wide range working voltage, preventing reverse connection of power supply. That's nice. Saving setting parameters automatically. All right, and then there's the app. And then app operation. Okay, it tells you some things about the app, but it doesn't really. Oh, I guess it does. Yeah, I guess it does. There is a wiring diagram down here, which does tell you basically to daisy all of the. Yeah, so they're not telling you to connect all the power to the output. So another bonus for the quad, right? You can run all the current through the board and gives you the fusing and stuff. Yeah, it does have a built-in mic. It sure does. Sure does. Okay, so then let's do some Wago magic. I don't know why I would even need these outputs then if I'm gonna just connect it to that. There goes the battery. All right, let's just wire up a few of these. We're going to wire up 4 of these guys. Twist a couple of them together. Oh, I think we need a little bit more wire. Wire strippers. All right. Seems to be the limit. Do you think, Stu Bear? Yeah, and I didn't see. Was there anything on there that? And you guys can look through there, I guess, and if you can look it up online or such. I didn't see anything in the app about changing the number of LEDs. And maybe with their effects, it doesn't matter. That might be the reason why it doesn't have the instructions on how to change it, because they don't expect you to be able to or to want to. Ah. Okay, a couple more of these. Well, if it has stopped snowing, I mean, we need more snow, so that's okay. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It's good for all the water reasons that everybody is talking about. So we do need more snow, but if it doesn't snow, so much, then I can actually probably get outside and do a couple of the things I really want to do, like fix the LEDs on my deck stairs. I would still like to do that the lazy man's pixel tree by just draping some pixels on my big tree that's in the backyard. All right, we're gonna put red there, so those two together. I'm gonna put, you guys probably can't even see that, can you? Not doing a very good job here, but hey, you know, it's been a long day. It's just good that I'm here. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. All right, twisting these together. So this is, it's even, that one scares me. Who do that? Who do that? Looks to be a hole for the mic, but none for that other jack. It looks like, yeah, that's exactly right. I could put a microphone in there and see what happens, or put an audio in there and see what happens. All right, and then we're gonna go from, need to go from there to here. From this. Ground. Grounds together. What could possibly go wrong? But this, like, what I'm having to do here, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I guess it's going to be fine. It's certainly not any worse than what you would have to do for to connect up a quad, right? The wiring for the quad's not, it's not like it's a whole lot different. I'm just thinking about the beginning user using this and having to sort out the wiring, but it should be fine. They should be able to do that, okay? Right? Okay. So then we're going to start putting all of these things into the put this one on number 2. And this one on number 3. Somebody look on the wLED website and see if you can put wLED on this. Certainly not, as I'm going through this right now, I'm thinking I'm not going to even try tonight to do that. All right, so we got now, gosh, what a mess. Anyways, we got 4 outputs and we've got 4 data lines. Let's just make sure we're doing data and we're not messing around and getting something mixed up with all this tangled goo. Data there, plus there, minus there, okay. Plus there, minus there, data there, okay. Plus there, minus there, data there, okay. And then the first one I did, data plus and minus. All right, so now I just need a little plus and minus over there. Here's a nice big wire. Let's do that. Oh, well, yeah, with Wegos, we'll use this. Now that I got those on here, I can just use this. This will work. Okay. This will be the plus. And this will be the minus. Okay, and then we're just going to add that to over here. We're going to go plus. I'm going to twist these together. Clamp them. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. What are you worried about? That is a skinnier wire than it looks like on the outside. It looks like a bigger wire on the outside. It's not that big. Okay. All right, so we got white, red going to the board here, and then we've got the black and the red going to the plus and the minus on all those different outputs over here. So now we can start plugging in some pixel strips over here on each of these outputs. Okay, almost there. All right, great. Here we go. Ready? Okay, spread that out a little bit and go. Yay! So they're each doing their own kind of different thing right now. Check the power injection and that are clear of each other. Oh, yes, good point. These, fortunately, are not tinned. But Sir Goodenough makes a fantastic point, and it's a great time to remind everybody. These extra little wires. You get these a lot on strips like this. You do get them on pixel strings a lot too. And sometimes the factory, in an effort to be helpful, will strip back this wire and tin it a little bit. And the problem with that is when you power things up like this, and especially if you've got a whole bunch of pixel strings together, if those two suckers bump together, ping, 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 you'll short it out and poofsies. And if you're using, hopefully you're using an Uno or a Quad, or even a Dig-to-Go or Octa, all of them, except this, it has a fuse, and that will blow that fuse, and then you'll have to change the fuse, and it'll work again. Good time to bring this up too. The Dig-to-Go. I've had a couple people say, hey, my Dig-to-Go, I was using it and then it stopped working. And then it turned out what it was the, it has a self-healing fuse. And so it got overloaded or shorted. And then in order for it to heal, it has to cool down some. So it might just like stop working or not work right away. But then after a few minutes, it might be several minutes, it depends how hot it got, I suppose. You go back and it will start to work again once that fuse cools off, that self-healing fuse cools off. And sure enough, at least with one of the two people that I was dealing with that had that issue, when they went back to it later, it turned back on. Not that I've ever needed to replace a fuse because of that. Nope, not once. Yeah, me neither. I was helping somebody install the pixels on their house. Not the guy on the video, a different friend. And I think I blew 3 fuses being an idiot. Some of it was because of that, but others of it was because I had left I had turned it off, like I went power, boop, power off like that, but then I clipped the wires, clip like that, and shorted it out. Looks like he's wiring them in parallel. If it's an addressable string, you'd want them in series. Mark, these are in parallel because they have separate outputs. So this controller has 4 different outputs. So, I mean, I guess technically that would be in parallel, but they're not coming from the same data. They each have their own data. Will tinfoil work as a fuse? Always. If you don't have a gum wrapper, I mean. What are those wire strippers you've been using? Oh yeah, post a link. I think they're in my favorite things. Let's see. If you go to amazon.com/shop and then DrZzs, I think they're in there. I know the camera's in the way. Well, find them real quick. Now is a good time to get this on your Christmas list. Oh, and this thing, I did put a link to this thing in the description if anybody wants it or wants to play with it or wants to test it out or whatever. Wait, where did my list go? Oh, I did add it to my favorite things. Oh, let's go look at my favorite things. Shouldn't have added it to my favorite things. I should have added it to freaking cool LEDs. Oh no, tools. That's where it's at. I think it's in tools. Go back. And then tools and supplies. Yeah, it's probably here. Yeah, right here. So these are them. Oh, out of stock. Huh. Well, here's the link. There's just other kinds. So I think if you just say wire strippers, you'll probably get some others that are going to be similar. Yep. So here's an Irwin pair for 21. Here's a Klein pair for 20. I think these are mine don't have a name on them. Yeah. I think I probably bought the cheapest ones. I mean, but they're all only about 20 bucks. I don't think I bought that cheap, but maybe. Anyways, any of these will work. Let's just go to this Irwin one. I hate to give you a bad brand. This is a decent brand at least. At least it's not a company that has to keep changing their name because they do a bad job. There you go. I don't remember why I bought the cheapest ones. Because I'm cheap. Well, but I guess probably if you look at that the Irwin ones right now, they're 22, where at least according to this, and it's never really right, but according to this, they're normally 38. So where these ones might have been 16, and those are 38. I mean, I'll at least to try them out, and if they crap out, then. But anyways, now you got them. All right, back to this. Back to this stuff. Kiwitz is out of Canada. They make good meat. Oh, cool. Which ones are they? Was that the cheapest ones? Oh, these Kiwitz. Kiwitz. I mean, they look well. Mine doesn't have that little razor actually. Mine has like a blunt thing on it and not a razor, or it's a little more blunt. Anyways, okay, where were we here? We were about to turn this thing back on, and we're going to get an idea of how much power it's drawn. Oh, I had turned it on here. So it's drawing not that much, 2 amps, but that's because a lot of these are really not doing much as far as the channel. So with this remote, I don't know what to do about the channel, I guess. Oh, I guess if you hit these buttons, they will all do the same thing. Oh, in this case, they all froze. Whoa. I broke it. Froze. Look at that. It's not responding. It's not responding. It didn't like that at all. It's drawing 4 amps. Oh, it's down to 4 volts. Why would it go? Oh, it would go down to... My power supply doesn't adjust? That ain't right. Huh. It's acting weird. Yeah, this thing, it's not responding anymore. Oh, I broke them. Look at that. Now it's all flickery crazy. All right. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4. Yeah, see? So here's what's happening. It's drawing too much current, and my power supply is freaking out. What it's doing, the power supply is switching to constant current when that happens. So I'm just going to go up a bit on the voltage and then see what happens, if it'll work. No, it switched again. Drops to 4 volts. So if you had a better, how would I not have a good power supply? This thing should be able to do plenty. All right, well, maybe we should do it in the app instead. Let's do it in the app instead. All right, so we're going to change the different, let's change the different channels. So there's channel 1. Kind of make it red. And then channel 2. This one. Make it wave. And we'll leave it green, but we need to turn that brightness down. There we go. See some of that? Number 3. Must be this one. Full color twinkle stars. So the effect length doesn't look like it's adjustable. Oh, maybe on some of them it is. Oh yeah, on some of them it is. So that would be sort of the equivalent of like the intensity slider. slow down the speed, but pick up the length, or maybe go the other way on the length. Also turn down the brightness a bit. All right. I'm just putting something different on each one of these. That's all I'm doing right now. It looks like they were all on fire. Turn down the brightness. Okay. The trigger. Let's play with these triggers. I don't know what this trigger is going to do. Doesn't seem to do much. Dynamic effect. Oh, okay. There it goes. So you click this, and then you can tell it what you want it to do. Except it all went bright, and it freaked out my power supply again. Maybe if I turn up the... All right, so there it goes. No, not for long. Color block, color dots. I think I freaked it out again. Jeez. Hi, honey.
Zoe Attack.
What's up? Zoe Attack. How you doing? Are you all done with your...
Well, as much as I can do.
Good.
Yeah. I begged my math teacher to give me an A.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Really?
Not my physics teacher, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I do everything I can. He just doesn't put it all in here. What's this tree back here?
Isn't that fun? You like it?
Yeah, did you make it?
No, it's from Walmart. Okay, so if I set that trigger and then turn the trigger off, it's not doing anything. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, okay. I think having it hooked up this power supply is not so good. Okay, well, let's try one more thing. They're not bad, right? They're not bad.
Oh, Stream Bomber.
What's happening?
I poked my head and you didn't notice I was there.
Oh, okay. Let's... What else do you guys want to see this thing do? Watch your Dr. Pepper. Yeah, no kidding. Did you steal my Dr. Pepper already?
No, I don't like to.
Time for power supply upgrade. I don't... It seems to be like... when it gets to like 15 watts, which isn't that much, then it switches from constant voltage to constant current, and it drops the voltage. I don't know where to adjust the constant voltage. You want to see it melt? We'll melt it on like, no, this controller. We'll melt it on Christmas Eve.
Ooh. This is fun.
But let's see if we can...
12 streams?
12 streams of Christmas? That's what we're doing. I'm not gonna... I'm doing them like this, like after work and stuff. That's the trouble.
No, I watch my feet look.
Oh, your feet are so cute.
Yeah, cool.
That is so cool. All right, let's turn off a couple of these. We're going to turn off that one, turn off that one, turn off that one. Okay, so now we just have the one. And then with that one, we're going to change this effect to something that responds to the color or to the sounds like this. Okay. And then I would really like to... I want to try and put something in. Do you have something that has an audio output like this, honey? I want to try and put something in there.
I think I did at one point.
It would probably need to be like, you know, like a line out from like an old MP3 player, or I guess a computer headphone jack. Maybe the computer headphone jack would work. That supply is rated 30 volts, 10 amps. Your current limiter needs to be adjusted up is all.
It's like different now though, because they have the ones that connect to the phone.
In there, there's, yeah, you probably won't be able to find some wire. You said you had LEDs up since, no, 17. Yes, no, I didn't, not since 7. I'm sorry. 17. When did they first become available? I don't know for sure. Somewhere a little bit before 17. House full of iPhones.
Is this right?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
just looked in a thing and it was just right there.
Perfect. Good job, baby. Now let's try the laptop. Because this has a headphone jack. Old fashioned headphone jack. I wish the iPhone still had a headphone jack. I guess everything's pretty much Bluetooth now. All right, let's see. So we hook this up.
Stay 3?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay, so when I hooked this up to the aux port here, it stopped blinking. I don't know why.
Because if you play music on this, then it won't do it.
That's what I'm hoping. So that's what we're going to find out. We're going to go to a song. We'll find out where I've got some song. We don't want to get copyrighted. So we're going to go to Ben's Sound. Even though I do have some, I did get a few more of those copyright strikes for this same music. Yeah.
Wow, this website's different than what
I know, right?
What it used to look like.
Okay, let's play a song. Okay, so it's playing. Oh, it works.
You just can't hear it.
Dudes, that actually is pretty sweet. And so if I stop the song, it stops. Wait, what? Yes. I stopped the song, it stopped the music. No, so we set it up so that people can activate things, and that's what happened. Why would they cover it up? Exactly, Stubbs. That is so dumb. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's got some other problems. But this is playing music from the laptop, and it's responding to the music from the laptop. That is actually quite cool, huh? So you got to just drill a hole in the side here to be able to attach that. Interesting. Well, yeah, if I had this also hooked up to some speakers, you could. But that's pretty amazing. I am impressed. And when I stop it, it stops. Wow. How about that? That way they can upsell another version that has that feature. No kidding, Kingfish. There probably is a version. They're like, oh, the professional version, $10 more. This should actually be critical hit, right? Dang. Okay. What else do we need to look at? What time did I start? I only wanted to go for about an hour tonight. Yeah, you can hit the squirrel.
It's so funny.
Isn't that funny? And look, when the last one comes, he like poops on my head. My head becomes a little squirrel turd. Thank you. Let's I guess, what else do you guys want to see or talk about? Yeah, monthly access lock, right? Higher model, that gets that, the same board. Okay. Well, that might be about all. So I don't want to melt it. Let's think of some other things, other things we want to do with it, or some other things we expect it to do. So the initial problem that I saw with it was the hardware, the power outputs were very limited. It would be intuitive, like the quad is, that all of your power goes out this way, but that's not the way they've got it set up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check was how long can my data wire be before I start having troubles? Yeah, that is true. Oh, it is from Walmart. I bought it. I know, right? It's weird. Sometimes I do buy things.
And you're gonna make it so that it goes to music?
That one? Yeah. That one will do the music right now.
I haven't been here a while, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta come in my office more often, baby. All right, I got some wire here. And I think what I'll do is I will make this the data. So what we'll do is we'll put one side in. We'll do it like this. All right, this isn't very long, though. Maybe this will be all right. We'll start with this. We'll try with a fairly short piece of wire here, maybe about 10 feet or so. And we will basically just make the data wire really long. This looks like it's probably 20 gauge wire too, so that may impede the data output signal a bit. But I do want to kind of see how it performs, how the data output signal performs. So let's take off this first one. We will put this data output, connect it to this. And then we'll just kind of tuck that away there. And then we're going to connect this side to here. And basically just extending the data line like 10 feet. And even with me just pressing it in there, it's working. There's no like flickering or craziness. So that means we need to make it even longer. Because now it's on the microphone here. It's responding to the sounds of this microphone. So now we make it even longer. See how far we can push it before it stops. It's the kind of thing I yell at the kids for. Why are you trying to break stuff? This wire is weird. Ooh, I have here like a super long extension cord looking thing. Yeah, not gonna miss that. I really wish I used to have just a whole lot of wire sitting around, and now I don't so much. All right, we're gonna do the same kind of thing, but we're gonna make it even longer again. Okay. And then we'll call it a night because it's 10 o'clock. I got to work in the morning. But at least we did something. Hey. That was sir good enough. Take a long wire, connect them together, one in feet. Yeah, that's actually what I did to get where I'm at. But I didn't have a very long piece. I want a longer piece. That's funny. It still says, hey, dummy. But it works. Your paging system works. It's kind of miraculous, really. All right, I'm going to twist these guys together. Twisting solid and stranded wire together here, but whatever. Okay, if this still functions normally, I'm going to say that it's got a pretty decent logic level shifter. Here we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. I am sold. Because that's a lot of wire. That's a lot of data wire. So I'm sold on that too. So this thing is not, I will give it the clear stamp of not total junk. All right. So it's got, so it has 4 outputs. It's got a decent app that's reasonably intuitive, I think. At least some of the controls are fairly accessible. There's certainly not a lot of settings for anybody who's scared of messing with settings. There's, what else? The mic The audio in is really amazing. That's pretty dang cool. It's got the remote control. Okay. All that freaking out, that was my power supply's problem. That was not the board's problem. The biggest difference is the power distribution. So this doesn't do power distribution. You'll have to do that on your own, which is not a big deal, really. If you've got a big power supply, you don't have to have this tangled Wago mess, right? If you have, this style power supply, you've got a lot of connections on there already, so that would be fine. It looks like the outputs have a pretty good level shift so that you can get a good distance out of them before you start to degrade your signal. Man, well, there you go. Not bad. Secretly here. Oh, cool. Didn't see the stream start. That's okay. Got any 3-wire cable to test with too? Or 2 for ground and data? I think I've got some long stuff. Let's see. All right, this is the last thing we'll do. We're gonna test it with some of this really long 3 cable wire to see if it messes up. This is a lot though. This is gonna be a whole lot. This won't work. Well, we might have to do that another time because this I'd have to cut this. This has probably got over 100 feet, and I don't have the other end of it. So. Wait, one last chance. Found some. I found it. Found it. This will work. We'll do this. 100 feet is a bit much. This is probably also 100 feet, actually. This probably is 100 feet. And it is 3 wires together. So we'd have to check them, But that I see what you're saying. Like, so Quindor's question is about is there an interference if you have these bundled cables? Right. This is probably 100 feet. It might be 50. We'll try this, and then we'll call it a night. What are the other screws for? So on the input side, so the 2 screws out here are the 2 outputs, the 2 power outputs that they give you. They give you a plus and a minus. This is a single one, which you don't even need. Then on the input side are the trigger ports. And in the app, kind of oddly enough, they're labeled as if you were supposed to connect them to a car. Like it's left, right, brake, and reverse are the labels on them in the app. So sounds like or seems like it's supposed to be connected to, your brake lights, like turn signal. When you turn your turn signal on, do this and that. So and that may be part of this this marketing that they sell the same board for different purposes, and maybe mark it up, etc. But that's where you would put your inputs for those, I guess. And when it's high, it switches to those things. Okay. Oh, I was going to do this. So we're going to connect up. This is the ground. This should be interesting. There's no way the signal is going to work if this is 100 feet of wire, but we'll give it a try. Boy, that microphone is really loose. Every time I touch it, the little leads bend a little bit. It makes me a little nervous. But I could, and I'm glad that I did this testing, because I have had on maybe like, I don't know, only one really comes to mind, one situation where I actually recommended that somebody use a non-wLED controller for their lights because they were just struggling so much, and I just couldn't help them, and they just couldn't understand what was going on. And so I just said, maybe you should use something else. You know, maybe you just need a simpler kind of controller, and why don't you try something like this, you know? At that point, they were pretty mad at me. They were frustrated that I couldn't help them, or that they spent some money and that it didn't do what they wanted or something. And so I said, maybe you should just do this. And now that I've done it, I'm actually feeling okay about having told them that, because it's not the most horrible thing I've ever used. I don't even think I would put wLED on it not for them. Not for somebody like that might be, you know, struggling. And for somebody who just is trying to get a quad and can't get a quad, this is definitely a reasonable alternative to try and hold you over till you can get a good one, a full-fledged wLED controller. All right, there is no way this is gonna work. Okay, output. I know those aren't secured, but they're kind of floating in the breeze. That's gonna be okay. That's gonna be okay. I think I'm good everywhere else. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's working. Holy cow, that's going through this whole rope, and it's even tied like in a thing. Maybe we should put, maybe if it was more, let's change the effect to something that might be a little more demanding, or might have a little bit more data to communicate. Maybe that would change things. Nope. Solid. Holy smokes. What do you think about that? Who needs a housing? Flying cables are a real thing. Problem on Discord, helping people sometimes, but no money involved. Spend money and it don't work. Never heard of that. Well, it is supposed to be in the box, yeah. Now, I'm supremely impressed with that. So anyways, yeah, there you go. The SP602E, officially not a half bad controller. Oh, is bundled up cheating a little bit? Oh, because if it's in a line, it's worse? Okay, well, I will unravel it at a future time. Yeah, I didn't expect that. No way. Just from resistance in the distance, I would not have expected that to work, but there you go. Bingo. Okay, shall we call it a night? Let's call it a night. I hear the kids fighting, so maybe if I call them in for sign-off, they will stop fighting.
It's time for sign-off. It's time for sign-off.
My Alexa announcements aren't working, but the Google Home ones are. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me on a late night. Quinter, I can't imagine you're here. This is it's like 4 a.m. for you. Are you nocturnal? Are you a vampire? Oh, good. I want one of these bad. Mom better have given me one of those. She better give me.
This is Cookie Monster, and my mom likes to steal him. Oh, format. Look at him.
Aww.
He has dust all over him now.
Aww.
From our fan.
Gross. Okay. How do you want to sign off, girls?
They're all coming.
Oh, Dawson's coming
Dawson
too?
needs clothes on.
I mean, as long as... I mean, it's not that much different than a bathing suit.
Mommy, Daddy has one of these.
Ouch. Oh, you know what? We never did determine what the chip was that's in it. We might have to just look at the spec sheet, because I couldn't zoom in my eyeballs close enough to get it. Okay. 100% of 60 is slightly better than half good. I like that, Glenn. I'm going to have to think about it for a minute, but I like it. Okay. How are we going to sign off?
Like it's Christmas.
Like ho ho ho, like Santa Claus? Okay. Ho ho. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you for being here, everybody. Tomorrow should be, we have something tomorrow, but what are we doing tomorrow? Is that the concert thing? Yeah, you're going to stream and then go. Good. Okay. So tomorrow we should be good to stream at 6 o'clock. And maybe we'll get to work on the that matrix that we were going to work on last time. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Merry third stream of Christmas. Bye-bye.